South Korea-born Kevin Na has announced his decision to depart from the PGA Tour so that he can participate in the Saudi-funded LIV Golf Series, after the PGA Tour announced they would sanction players that would join the new breakaway LIV Tour. One golfer will take his future out of the hands of the PGA, as Kevin Na is the first golfer to publicly announce his departure from the PGA for LIV Golf. And Kevin is now joining the former world number 1 Dustin Johnson, Sergio Garcia, Westwood and Martin Kaymer in the breakaway competition. So why is Kevin resigning from the PGA Tour? Will he ever be able to play again for the PGA? Curious to know? Let's find out. Kevin Na, who is expected to compete in next week's LIV Golf Invitational, took to social media to explain why his involvement with the Saudi-backed series had caused him to leave the tour. Kevin announced his resignation from the PGA Tour and his full commitment to LIV Golf, the Saudi Arabian-backed startup league that has offered massive purses to lure talent away from the PGA. While he has enjoyed his time on the PGA Tour, Na has had to reconsider his options in the sport. "I'd like the freedom to play whenever I want, and exercising my right as a free agent allows me to do so," Na wrote on Twitter. However, in order to continue playing on the PGA Tour, I must give up my right to make these career decisions. If I exercise my right to choose where and when I play golf, I will be subject to disciplinary proceedings and legal action from the PGA Tour. "I've been on the PGA Tour for 19 years, and I've loved every minute of it," Na wrote. "I appreciate the tour's platform for playing the game I love, as well as the opportunities that have come with it. I'm sorry to inform you that I've decided to resign from the PGA Tour. This was not an easy decision, and it is not one I take lightly. I'm hoping that the current policies change and that I can return to the PGA Tour." PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan has vowed that any tour participant who competes in a rival league event will be suspended from the PGA Tour and possibly banned for life. All tour members who requested to compete in LIV Golf's inaugural event were denied conflicting event releases. Na was one of the notable names on the LIV Golf's inaugural event, which took place in London from June 9th to 11th. The number 33 golfer in the official World Golf Ranking was named among the 42 players, which also included Dustin Johnson, Louis Oosthuizen, Taylor Gooch, and Sergio Garcia. Following the release of the list of names, the PGA Tour issued a statement stating that golfers who participate in LIV would face disciplinary action. For the past 2 years, the threat of a competing Saudi Arabia-backed professional golf league has loomed large on the game's horizon, and now it has become a reality. Underway. The concept of a breakaway circuit from the PGA Tour is not new. The PGA Tour was founded in 1967 after players split from the PGA of America to form the Tournament Players Division. In the mid-1990s, former world number 1 Greg Norman and media tycoon Rupert Murdoch attempted to establish a World Golf Tour, with the top players competing in an 8-event series. A television deal with Rupert Murdoch's Fox Sports was also secured. However, the endeavor was thwarted when then PGA Tour Commissioner Tim Finkham flexed the tour's legal muscles as well as its standing in the game. Other iterations of a world tour would have passed with little fanfare. The current framework, on the other hand, began to emerge in earnest in the fall of 2019, to the point where current PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan issued a warning in January 2020 that any player who supported a rival league would face suspension and possibly a lifetime ban. Despite Monahan's threat, multiple players are reportedly considering joining a new league. Technically, the Premier Golf League and a Saudi-backed golf tour are competing with the tour. The PGL was the first of the groups to form in 2020, backed at the time by the Saudi Public Investment Fund. However, the PIF, Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund, which has $580 billion in assets, according to the Sovereign Wealth Fund Institute, eventually backed another entity in the newly formed LIV Golf Investments. LIV Golf aspired to create its own global professional tour, dubbed the Super Golf League. The PGL attempted, but failed to form a partnership with the European Tour, which eventually agreed to a strategic alliance with the PGA Tour. Its prospects have dimmed with the arrival of LIV Golf. The PIF is essentially the Saudi government's financial arm, which has been accused of numerous human rights violations. Saudi Arabia has heavily invested in various athletic organizations and events to improve its reputation, particularly in the Western world, a practice known as sports washing. This exercise is considered propaganda, especially when used by state-run groups to distract the public from its abuses. The most well-known examples of sports washing was Nazi Germany's hosting of the 1936 Summer Olympics. Recently, Saudi Arabia has hosted motorsports, soccer, boxing, tennis, and wrestling events. The PIF purchased an 80% stake in Newcastle United, a Premier League soccer club, in October 2021. Since 2019, the country has hosted the Saudi International, a formerly sanctioned European Tour event that has drawn some of the game's biggest names who are paid significant appearance fees. LIV Golf, which was founded in 2021, named the aforementioned Norman as CEO in October, followed by a number of former PGA Tour and other sports executives. LIV Golf announced a $300 million 10-year investment in the Asian Tour at the Saudi International in February 2022, which included a 10-event international series with tournaments in Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. On March 5th, LIV Golf announced the LIV Golf Invitational, an 8-tournament, $255 million series that will begin the week before the US Open at the Centurion Club outside of London on June 9th. Each event will consist of 3 rounds of 54 holes with no cuts. There will also be shotgun starts to fit the events into a shorter time frame, as well as a team component with 48 players divided into 12 squads. 5 of the events will take place in America. Other venues include Bangkok's Stonehill Golf Club and Jeddah's Royal Greens Golf Club. Each of the first 7 events will have a purse of $25 million, with $20 million for individual prizes and another $5 million for team competition. Total prize money for the 8th event will be $30 million for the season's top 3 players and $50 million for teams. On Tuesday, March 31st, LIV Golf announced the players who have signed up for the inaugural event in London, which will be headlined by Dustin Johnson. The 2-time major champion had previously been linked to the fledgling circuit, but Johnson issued a statement in February pledging his loyalty to the PGA Tour. However, Johnson's agent, David Winkle, told various media outlets on Tuesday that Johnson was still considering the offer. Dustin has been thinking about it for the past 2 years and decided it was in his and his family's best interests to pursue it, Winkle explained. He's never had a problem with the PGA Tour and is grateful for everything it's given him, but he felt this was too good to pass up. According to Golf Monthly, the PGA Tour said in a statement, "As communicated to our members on May 10th, PGA Tour members have not been authorized to participate in the Saudi Golf League's London event under PGA Tour regulations. Members who violate tournament rules will face disciplinary action." The PGA Tour has not announced any potential sanctions, but Commissioner Jay Monahan has threatened to ban anyone who participates in LIV Golf events. Na will not face any punishment from the PGA Tour because he left before any discipline was issued. The purses for the 8 LIV Golf Series events totals $255 million, with at least $25 million in 7 of them. Na stated that he would not rule out returning to the PGA Tour if the tour's policies were changed. Na has 5 PGA Tour victories and has finished in the top 10 of 2 major PGA championships. Aside from ethics and morals, a divided world at the sport's highest levels could have far-reaching consequences. The sport's relevance and, to some extent, viability would be put at risk. What do you think of Kevin Na's decision to join the LIV Tour? Are you a fan of Kevin Na? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the next video.